Hi, hello, namaste. My name is Doipan Roy Choudhury, and in today's live session, we're going to solve IBPS PO Prelims level mock test. So this is available on Practice Mock platform, and the link is given in the description box. So let's get started. Okay, 10 boxes, 2 stack. Okay, doable. 3% shit. Oh, 3% distance. Okay, set of 2 questions only. So 8% different color. Okay, there are 3 different bags. Okay, so very difficult set. We'll skip this one. How many pairs? Forward, backward, 9%. Linear row. Okay, some face north, some face south. Doable. 5 set of questions. Okay, A greater than C does not hold, and D less than F. D is greater than F, so definitely not hold. So neither one, not two. Okay, which one is true, right? So this one. Q greater than R. Okay, so these ones are really easy. So okay, p greater than x, so both true. H less than f, h less than equal, okay, so less than f is true, and j greater than m is also true, so both true. 8% sit in square shaped table, 1% sits along each corner of the table, while 1% sits along the middle. Okay, each person faces away, so this one is most doable. Set of 3. Okay, so silog, only a few straw, brown, all brown, stick, soil, some soil, brown, some soil, black, some brown is not black. I cannot say that. Some soil is straw, some soil is straw, yeah. So two. All balls are round, all balls are round, only a few round, circle, and no circle, stop, no ball, stop. No, 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 not like that. And all round are stop. So okay, some only hill, only road is hill. Okay, so hill, only a few road, sharp, some sharp, bend. All road can never be sharp. Road can never be sharp. No hill is bend. Hill bend. So both follows. 8% sit in two parallel row. Hmm. Okay, okay. This seems to be doable, but let's see. 5 set of questions. So 8%. 1, 8, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Only 1% is to the right of clay. So clay can be here or clay can be here. Clay sits in row 2. Shit. Row 2 is to the north of row 1. So 2, 1. Okay, no worries. Season row 2. Okay, Clark sits second to the left of Cade. So Clark second to the left of Cade. Only one person sits between the one who faces Cade and one person sits between the one who faces Cade. So Cade and someone faces. So if this is the person, so 1, 2 already won. So definitely this one and CLYDE. So this is the kind of scenario. And Claire sits second to the left of Clot. Claire, this is Clark. Claire sits second to the left of Clot. Clot does not see in row 2. So Clot in row 1. So Claire sits second to the left. So either CLARE Claire here, called here, or fault here, clear here, clay here. Now they are saying this scenario, I cannot put it here. I can put it here though, but I can put it here also. Okay, okay. Clark sits. Okay, I will just give one more minute. Clark sits second to the left of Clade. In this scenario, I cannot put right here. I cannot put here also. So this scenario cancels out. Here I can put here or can put here. No, sits second to the left. Okay, so if this person, this, or this person, this, okay, okay. So this one cancelled out. Clear called. So just clear called, right. So either Cade here, Clark here, or Cade here and Clark here, and Clark faces Claire is second to the left of Cold. Okay, the one who only one person sees between the one who faces Kate and Clyde, Clyde. Kate and Clyde, Clyde. Okay, Cole has to be in row 2, but Cole here and the other person here. Who is that other person? I think Cash. Okay, who faces Clyde? So this one is Clyde. So Clyde Clark, immediate right of Cash. The one who faces Dash faces the one who sits immediate left of Claire. Immediate left of Claire. So Cade faces the one. Four of the following five person are related one another different ways. So Clay, Clyde, Claire, Cole, Fault. So Clay is in row 2. Dash sits second to the left of. Okay, so Cash, Clay, no. Cade, Clark, no. Clay, no. Cade, Clyde sits second to the left of. So second to the left, Clyde, Cole, no. Cole, second to the left, not available. Clyde, Clay, no. Cade, Clark. Okay. As many persons is to the left of Cash as to the right of Cole, C and D. And who? As to the, okay, so left of Cash 0, right of Cole 0. Or Cade also could have been the answer, but okay. So we got back to the first one. This one is more doable than the other. Okay, three trees are ground certain distance each other. A is 5 meter north of E. A is 5 meter north of E. E is 4 meter west of E is 4 meter west of H. H is 3 meter south of D. D is 4 meter west of D is 4 meter west of B. B is 3 meter north of G. G is 4 meter west of F. F is 3 meters south of C. What is the direction of D with respect to C? D is in the west. How far in this, in which direction A is with respect to F? A with respect to which one? F. A is in the northeast, sorry, northwest. Only this one is available. So 3, 5, and 3, 8, 11. Oh, 13. 8 and 11, right? So it will not match up. Okay, I will just, because how far and which direction is A? So A is definitely in the northwest direction, but 13 meter, I don't think so, because 5, then 4, then 3 is meter south of. Okay, H is 3 meters south of D, right? H is 3 meters south of D. D is 4 meter west of B. B is 3 meter north of. Then this. So here it was F. So 5 and 4, 4 and 4. So definitely 13. Yeah. Just a second. D with respect to C. Yeah, still in the straight line. But lucky there. 8% different colored book, different company. No. Okay. So fourth, sixth, fourth, sixth, 7, 8, 9, and 15, is Trina word? I don't think so. So I will say no meaningful word. Z. How many for greater? G R E A T E and R. Right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4, 10, 5. Only 2. 9% horizontal row. I'll skip for now. 5 set here. Okay, 8% square table. Okay, I will try this one. 8%. 8%. Everyone is sitting inside, facing inside, right? Okay, corner, middle, each person face away from center. Okay, fine. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Same another one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Q sits third to the right of P. P sits along the corner of the table. Q sits third to the right. 1, 2, Q is third to the right of P. P sits in the corner. Only 2% sits between Q and R from either side. So only 2% between Q and R from either side. R sits adjacent to V. So V can be here. W does not sit adjacent to V. W not here. Here W is not adjacent to V. Definitely not. Okay. R sits adjacent to V. T sits second to the left of U. T sits second to the left of U. At least UT, UT no, UT, UT no. So UT or UT. Here UT no, UT. So only U here, T here. This has two options. UT. Okay. At most 2% sit between S and W. At most 2%. So S and W 3% not possible. W is not here. So at most 2% sit between S and W. Only that, right? And the other condition, at least 2% sit between, at least 2% sit between S and T when counted from right of T. At least 2%. So U, T, S sit between S and W. At most 2%. W does not sit adjacent to V. At least 2% sit between S and T when counted from right of T. at most 2% sit between S and W when counted from right of S. Okay, I think this is all right. The only 1% sit between P and dash when counted from left of P. Left of P, only 1% are. T is related to P. P is okay opposite. R is related to U. Okay, opposite. That's nice. U is same way related to, but in the same way dash is related to S. So Q sits dash to the dash of V. Okay, Q and V. Q sits second to the left of dash sits second to the left of S. Second to the left V. None of the above. Second to the left of S V definitely. How many persons sit between W and U when counted from right of U? W and U. So everyone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh shit. I think I have done a mistake. Q sits third to the right of P. Q sits third to the right of P. P sits along a corner of a table. Only two persons sit between Q and R from either side. R sits adjacent to V. R sits adjacent to V. T sits second to the left of U. T sits second to the left of U. Shit. Shit, shit, shit. Okay, I'll try to rectify this one. T sits second to the left, right? So I had two options, second to the left here. So U, T, and at least 2% sit between S and T. S, W, when counted from right of S, and at least, okay, at most 2%, at least 2% sit between S and T when counted from 1, 2, 3, 4. At least 2% sit between S and T when counted from right of T. At most 2% between S and W. Right of S, W does not sit adjacent to V. Q. Okay, I think then now it's all right. T sits second to the left of U. T sits second to the left of U. At least 2%. Okay. Okay, so 27 from 20. Okay. When count, who sits between P and R on left of R? Okay. P is related to P. Okay. S is related. Q is related to. Okay. S is related to P. Okay. T is already related to P, right? T P R U. Right. I think this one is incorrect again. Q sits third to the right of P. P sits along corner of a table. Only 2% sits between Q and R. R sits adjacent to V. T sits second to the left of U. T sits second to the left of U. At least 2% sits between S and T when counted from right of T. At least 2, yes. At most 2% sits between S and W. Okay, S and W, right. Okay, so not this one. 3, 4. So UT not here. Then U here. T here. And at most 2% sit between S and W. And at least 2% between S and T when counted from right of T. Okay, now let's see. TP R U left U dash S left, so W S. Okay, still the first one is true. Q sits dash to the dash of V. Q sits second to the left of V. Okay, dash sits second to the left of S. So V. So again, none of this. How many percent sits between W and U? W and U when counted from right of U. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, I don't have time for anyone else to do. So I left 3. This one should be Could have been easier. This one was definitely difficult, but this one and this one I could have tried. But let's see what the next section is about. Okay, I feel the next section will not start here. I have to okay, I have to take test again here, and this English will come. Okay, so English. I would laugh because it is not just something I would be a bird watcher. I even thought of growing up in my early 20s if someone had told me. In my early 20s, if someone told me that I would be a bird watcher, so easy, a pair, I would love because in my early 20s, if someone told me I would bird watch, I would even I have I ever thought of growing up. It is not something. Okay, so again, it's not something. See, I would be a bird watcher. If I ever thought of growing up, so in my early 20s, if someone had told me I would be a bird watcher, I would love because it is not something. I think going by the option is it's not the correct way. The quintessential Italian dessert and is famous all over the world. Okay, so tiramisu has always been the quintessential and is famous all over the world. Always been made up with a simple ingredient, yet has always been made with so CD to follow other things. CD, yet no spin CA and is famous all over the world and is famous. So AE is a pair, is a legit pair. Has always been the quintessential dish and is famous all over the world, made with a simple ingredient. Its history is mysterious. Okay, this is very time taking. I'll skip this kind of questions. She left her career in corporate law on favor of becoming a in favor of becoming a full time in favor of many families decide to leave urban. Okay, so incorrect spelling, I guess. Yeah, neighborhood spelling incorrect. So B, close test. Some of the most important dash in the field of umbrellas happened in the okay important inventions. Okay, this one, of course, with the dash of technology and ever increasing packing of fashion. Of course, with the dash of technology, with the rise of technology. Next one is this. They are dash foldable. They are easily foldable. This nifty little brollies are your dash in sudden showers. Are your friend guardian lifesavers more suitable? Okay. If you are on family vacation, foldable umbrellas are easy to carry, easy to pack and store because the road conditions are expected to worsen after midnight. You and I ought to leave the wedding reception earlier than the others. I, you and I to leave ought to leave. I think it's already fine, right? The order is 3, 2, 1. Right. So it's okay. In the Seattle Everett metro area, insurance costs per unit jumped to this a 93% increase from 2021 and the most dramatic shift among areas tracked by the National Apartment Association. Once upon a time, social conservation involved exchanges around the kitchen table, what on the front porch and back fence, and on the telephone line. What it even mean? Discipline. Socrates spent his final days ethics with his closest discipline. I think this is disciple, not discipline. She lacked the discipline needed to finish. Yeah. Neuroscience is a relatively modern academic discipline. So 2 and 3 are correct for me, but correct is required, right? Yeah. No error. She suffered of all the classic symptoms, suffered from a flu, including a high fever, chills, and severe body aches. To, to bury these memories, I often met people who had endured immense pain, such as COVID orphans who tried to bury those memories during pandemic follow ups. No, who tried to bury. So, DA is a classic pair. DA, no DA, DA. I often, no, I often met people as COVID orphans who tried, okay, DA here, during pandemic follow ups. I often met people who had endured immense pain, such to bury those memories as such as so ed is also eda follows from people who had endured such as covid orphans who tried to bury these memories. So this is quite a lengthy paper. Between 2024 and 2024, Korea's total cosmetics exports expanded from USD 7.45 billion to USD 10.23 billion, representing a cumulative, spelling is incorrect. So D. First May is celebrated like BRA, dedicated laborers access celebrated. What the heck? What's the spelling of celebrate? CELEBRATE. Definitely. So apprehend, to understand something. The security team used the footage to apprehend the shoplifter or to, okay. He sat in silence, desperately trying to apprehend her decision. Definitely. Scientists usually apprehend the term something as it to, okay, associate the term. So 1 and 2 for me are correct, correctly used is asked. I got 11 minutes left and I got 14 more questions. All right. Okay. At least 13 people have been killed in the wake of the 6.8 magnitude earthquake that hit something late in Tuesday. Late in the Tuesday. At least 13 people. Okay, either no error or in the last part. Have been killed. Have been killed. when yeah, the earthquake killed them. So either they can say that killed is not associated with earthquake or something like that, or I don't know, man. Late in the Tuesday, in Tuesday late. I think in the Tuesday or something like that. You cannot say just late in Tuesday. We spent 20 minutes trying to catch the goat that had wandered away from the main herd in the morning. We spent 20 minutes trying to catch the goat that had wandered away. That had wandered away. Okay, it is quite a long RC, but I think I have enough time for it. Yeah. So, okay, there are 7 questions. So, 4 here, 5, 3 here. This one. Stagnant economy, the perfect escape for many domestic travelers frustrated with. Okay, so Pannu villages seem to offer the perfect escape. So DB is the perfect pair. DB here, no. Okay, so DB here to start with. Or for many domestic travelers frustrated with stagnant economy. Okay, it makes more sense. The last one says offer seem to offer the perfect escape for many domestic travelers. A stagnant economy, no. So this one is the correct one. Okay, so I have to choose the erroneous part. She prefers to put on her noise cancelling headphones and listen educational, okay, while commuting to and fro, not to and from. So this one done. Okay. If you ever, if you have ever shared your home with more than one cat, you will know that how different their personalities can be. One might chirp for food, purr loudly on your lap, and greet visitors at the door. Another might prefer quiet observations from a distance. So, why do some cats become chatty companions while others seem more reserved? A recent study led by wildfire researchers Yumi Okamoto and his colleagues at Kyoto University in Japan, suggests that part of the answer may lie in cat genes. Cat owners from across Japan were asked to complete a questionnaire about their cat. The feline behavioral assessment and research questionnaire, and to take a cheek swab from their pet to provide a DNA sample. The survey included questions about a range of cat behavior, including purring and vocalizations directed at people. The researchers in the recent Japanese study focused on the cat's androgen receptor gene located in the X chromosome. This gene helps this gene helps regulate the body's response to hormones such as testosterone, and contains a section where a DNA sequence is repeated. AR is an essential part of vertebrate biology. The most ancient form of AR appeared in the common ancestor of all jawed vertebrates over 450 million years ago. AR controls the formation of male reproductive organs, secondary sexual characteristics, and reproductive behavior. The number of these sequences alter how responsive the gene is. Shorter repeats make the receptor more sensitive and sensitive to androgens. In other species, including humans and dogs, shorter repeats in the AR gene have been linked with increased aggression and extroversion. So this is quite a difficult RC, or I'm just not comprehending things. According to the passage, why cannot domestication alone? Oh, shit. Okay, one where certain ancestral traits like aggression may still be useful, especially in high stress or resource scarce domestic environment. Some animals spend a lot of time around humans because they are attracted by our resources rather than breed as companion animals or farmed. Urban girls offer an interesting example of how close proximity to humans does not make always make animal more docile. In cities, herring and lesser black-backed seagulls gulls have become bolder and more aggressive. Okay, domestication is generally thought to have increased vocal behavior in cats, so it may seem odd that the version of gene linked to increased communication and assertiveness is one also found in wild species such as what the heck? Because the behavior of cat keeps on changing, domesticated possess same genetic variant. Okay, no gene variant as we do the increased communicator is also found in wild species. Not all domesticated cats exhibit increased communication. But why cannot domestication alone be considered the factor responsible for increased communication? Okay, so wild species is here. According to passage, what does the mention of urban girls tell us about urban offer interesting example how close proximity can make not only make more docile, okay. Only those can avoid areas and prevent existing close human alone does not necessarily make animals less aggressive. According to the passage, how does the impact of the shorter what repeats in the AR gene differs between sprayed cat and other species of human dogs? Oh, increased aggression in humans linked with increased aggression. Okay, have one this left. Okay, I'll just do it first. Dash of insect larva secrete compromised comprised of natural protein fiber. Silk mainly consists of fiber which is comprised of okay. So EB seems a natural pair. Nowhere. Okay. Mainly consists of fiber which is a protein that certain types of insects larva secretes to make cocoons. Secretes to make cocoons. So AC is also a very natural pair. Be comprised of natural fiber protein fiber. Silk mainly consists fiber and which is okay, which is which is a protein that certain types of insect larva secrete to make cocoon composed of the heck. Find the odd one out. Okay, so relatable, usual, specific, constant, friendly. Okay, antonym of odd. So where is odd? Okay, so it may seem odd. So inconsistent or so consistent, constant, odd, specific. Antonym of odd. Relatable. What the heck? Everything is like antonym to odd. Odd means something that is not correct, that is not seeming correct. So relatable is synonym of greet. Greet visitors. So admire, spot, welcome. Okay. Okay. I don't know if the last okay registered or not, but I don't know. Okay, so the last one is quant section. So let's get started. Okay. So this is going to be a kind of a pie chart, or rather that thing, right? Venn diagram. This is doable January to February, February to March. Percentage rise in 5 different articles. Okay. It will take a lot of time. So plus one, plus three. Okay, into one plus one, into two minus three. Okay, okay. Vessel contains P, alcohol, okay, doable. Volume, okay, whereas simplifications, Ajit, profit. Okay, there are a lot of arithmetic. So okay, okay, okay. This set is doable. I'll do this first. After the approximation is done, right? So okay, the values are very far. So 16 plus 18 into 2.5, right? So what will be 18 into 2.5? So 36. So close to 44 plus 5 minus 3. So 2 plus, okay, so minus 64 plus minus x. So 50, 60, 62 minus 2. What the heck? 50, 8, 36 plus 5 plus 2, 38 plus 15, 3, 4. But this is coming out to be a negative value, right? I just hate these kind of questions. Like, what is the value I'm going to take here? So it's close to like 11 or something like that, or not. Wait, so 38, 15, so 53, so close to 9, I guess. Okay, so 25 into 6 plus, actually plus 15 also, but let's not take it. Okay, so 9 by 3, 3 minus 3 is 0. So I guess this only. If 5 of 6 of 30 plus 20 of 40 minus x, or minus 30 of 50, 150, or yeah. So this is 300. So 150, 190, close to 190. But I have taken the more value, yeah, so less than 190 by 40, so 40 plus 6 by 23 plus x square equal 50 something, so it's 2, so 51 plus 7, this is 20 into 3, 60 by, this is 4, right? So 15 equals x plus 45, 120, 30, so close to 90. Okay, so acid, water constitutes 60% of the mixture. So water is 3, acid 2, 40 liter of acid is added to the mixture and the quant acid becomes 60%, acid 3, water 2. So let's multiply it by 3. So 9, 6, 2, 4, 6. So this 5 is equal to 40. The find the actual quantity. Actual quantity was 10, so 80. Okay, I got a few questions here and there. So let's table for male and female. So 4, 26, 13. So 39, 3900, 1300, 3. So 3200, 1600, 5, 1, 5, 3600, 2400, 8, 4, 200, 1200, 9, 8, 4000, 3200. The total number of males in town A. Males in town A is how much percent more or less than the total population of town D? So 7, okay. Into 3, almost plus 3. So only this one. Find the shoot. Find the ratio of total number of males in C, females in A, males in C to females in E. So 4. Total number of average of males in B, C, E. Males in B, C, E. So 32, 36, 40. So you need 8. So 6 has to be there. If 40% males in E are minors with, okay, 40% males in E. So in E, 40%, 16, 80%, 3.2 into 8. Find the ratio between the numbers. 60. So 20, 4, 5, 4, 8. So 5 is to 8. Population of town C increased by 40%. So current population is going to be 8400. Then what would be the number of males in the town C after the increase, given that the ratio of the males and females does not change? What the total number of males? Males would also increase by 40%. So 4 into 6, so end with 4. Find the difference between females in A and D. So only 100. This was a very nice DI. But I think I should do the arithmetic ones or this one. Okay, let's see this. If the price of an article, if the price of article D in January was 200, what will be the price of D in March? So in the first, it increases by 30% and then by 60%. So into 1.6. So a 6 will follow irrespective of things. If the price of article B was 140 from if the rise in the price of article B from February to March, okay, so 140, so 280 was the initial price. It was after a hike of 40%, so 200 was definitely the price at start of Jan. If the price of article C and E are equal in March, find the ratio of the price in February. So just one. So in for C, I have to come back. Okay. Suppose 30. Okay. We are saying first thing from this. We are saying second thing 10 to 15 or 2 to 3, right? So 16 times 32, 3 times. The red one is like for March, right? Wow. 525%. So 4 to 5 for the next item, 40%. 40%, right? 40%. So let's 10 to 14, right? Absolutely right. Right. So almost 3 times. So 12 to 15. But I think it's definitely this one because the 5 will stay in the second part. Find the percent of rise in the article A from Jan to March for A. So this is 95 plus 5 will definitely follow. So this one. Yeah, I'm not sure about these things, These are quite tricky. Dash 4, 1, 4. So 1, then 3, then 11. So 2, 8, then what? Into 4, into 4. So 32. But what will be here? So 40, 40 what? 43, 63, not in option. Yeah, I will just skip things from here. Into 1 plus 1, into 2 plus 2, into 3 plus 3, into 4 plus 4. So unit digit will be 4. Excellent. Unit digit, so 184. Okay. Okay, so this is 16, 8. This is 16, 8, 4, 2, 1. I have to what? Plus, minus, plus. So 16. Okay, so gap here is of would have been 70, but 2 less. Here is 4 and 4. Here it is 6, 2, 6. So here the gap is of 18. Here it is of 24. The 10, 20, 12. If 12 is the gap, then this is definitely 14. And if I subtract 14, it is 34. 34, right? I just, no? Okay. This one is 15, then 20, then 25, then 30. So why the first one is difficult? This is definitely difficult, right? Into 1 plus 1, into 2, into 1 plus 3. Uh-huh. Okay, I'll just skip this one. Contains p-liter of mixture of alcohol and water. So it is a multiple of 8. This can be possibility. 28 liter, 24 liter mixture taken out and 40 liter water is added. the mixture, the quantity of alcohol to water 1 to 2 after doing what? After adding 14 liter of water, 14 water. So 5, 10. So 7, 14. This 8 initially would have been 16. But this is after I took the 24 liters out. So 40. Volume of a cube is 100. Length and breadth of a rectangle is 20% more and 50% less than the length. So 12 and 5. Find the length of the diagonal. So 13. Virat, just a second. Diagonal only asked. Yeah, then all right. Virat invested in scheme A, offering 9% per annum, in B 9% compound. Okay, for both for 2 years. The difference is 0.81. That is close. That is equal to this. Okay, 9. It will definitely cut. So 1, 3, 1, 3, 4, 5, 5, 15. So somewhere related to 15. Okay, excellent. Okay, so 2 0, 2 0, again 2 0. So total 4 0. This one. The downstream speed and upstream speed of a boat 17, 11. So the speed of boat is 13.5 or 14 and 3. Boat 14, 3. The distance traveled by the boat in still water in 6 hours. Okay, in 6 hours 84. So how much more than the distance traveled by the boat in downstream in 2 hours? Downstream in 2 hours 34, to total 50. A certain sum is invested in simple interest 15% per annum for 5 years, so 75%. So 21,000. If the interest earned on the same sum after 3 years at the rate of interest, the same interest is X, then find the value of. If the interest earned on the same sum after 3 years, what? So the 45%. The 45% is what? 45%, 50% is 1400. That's still huge, right? A certain sum. Okay. Amounts to at this. Okay, so 175% is this 28,000. This is 175%, right? So this is 7 by 4. So 7, 4, so 16,000 for same interest. So 45%. So 8,000 minus 800. So 7,200 is the initial price. So I am asked about the value of 8,000. I got 2 minutes left. Let's try for 4 more. Aman sold a bat. Ajay at 30% profit. Ajay sold the same bat. Amar at 20% profit. So 26,156. Aman bought the bat from Ajay at. Amar bought the bat from Ajay at rupees 780. The cost price of the cricketing kit is 140% more than the cost of the bat. Find the cost price of the cricketing kit. 140% more. So 24. So multiple of 8. Okay, everything is multiple. So multiple of 3 also, not multiple of 3, not multiple of 3, multiple of 3, not multiple of 3. So by this only I will just take this one. A mixture contains alcohol of milk and what? Mixture contains alcohol and milk. What the fuck? So 7 to 3. Surya wanted to prepare a mixture containing 90% alcohol. So he added 400% more alcohol. Okay, so 400%, 400 ml. Liter does it. Present quantity of that mixture. Multiple of 3 definitely. So let's say 60. So 140 and 440 and 60. So total 90, yeah, so 60 satisfies. A and B can do a work in 17. Oh shit, I don't think I will be able to do it. If they work on project and paid Atho, okay, find the share of A. Share of A will be 28, multiple of 28. So multiple of 7, multiple of 7, 2, 3, 6, not multiple of 7. Okay, I will skip it for now. A and B started a business together by investing. Ratio 5:9. Okay. A, B, 5, 9, 6 months later, C joined investing 120% more. 120% more. 7 more. 12. Multiple of 12. Okay, there are many multiples. So total is 11, 25. 25 is close to 8. Okay, so this is times 2. So 18, 10. So 40. Okay, 15, 15, 12, 12. Shit. I don't think I have submitted it. Let's see. Okay, not bad, but I think in general intelligence the score could have been more better, and especially in quants, I had attempted much more than 20. So I don't know where it went wrong, but I think all three sections combined, it's not that bad. But okay, so it's almost time, but not yet. So I'll not be able to see where I have made those mistakes. In quants, I have attempted 28. Many of them were related to guessing, but it's quite low. So in English, 27 and 23, okay, acceptable. And in logical reasoning, answer 20 and marks 22. What? I don't know if it's the correct thing that is showing here. I don't think it is showing the correct value, but all right, let's see once the analysis comes.